Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and today I am going to share with you the second half of my makeup brush collection. Today I'll be doing my eye brushes and I'm just going to jump right into this. I am not starting this off in any particular order. I am just grabbing the brushes that are closest to me, and these are this one is not belong here, does it? Nope. These are BH Cosmetic brushes. There are two different sets in here. There are the pink barrel sets and then the gold barrel set, and then I have some that have like a rose gold barrel, and this one right here is a brush that I purchased on its own. It's a blending brush. I absolutely love this brush. It is so fluffy and beautiful. It really diffuses the color on your lid very perfectly. And the rest of these are very good brushes, but they are not my favorite. I don't really reach for these very often. I think they are more of a pretty little package that I really like, and they do work, but they're just not some of my favorite brushes that I have. And then I also have these BH Cosmetic brushes that are all for really detailed work, and they are all wonderful. Here is another blending brush that is a smaller size than the very first one, and so you get less of a diffused blowout of color. And then this is just a packing brush from BH Cosmetics. Okay, now this is my one and only Benefit Cosmetic brush, and this is an angled brush. I use this to do my eyebrows or just to define my wing liner. Whenever I use a gel liner, I will use this right here to really define when I'm wearing a shorter wing, because this is angled and so flat that it is perfect for a really crisp line. And then these, if you can imagine, with all of the Real Technique brushes that I have, these are my Real Technique eye brushes. I have multiples of these, but this is the variety of Real Technique brushes that I have. This is one of their Real Technique metals that they had for their higher end, and this is a great packer brush, and it can definitely be used to blend out your makeup in your crease. And then this is not technically an eye brush, but I do use this right here to really buff out the outer edges of my makeup. And then this is the Rebel, what is it? Rebel Edge brush. It came with the, let's see. It came with this set of brushes for your face. This was the eye brush that it came with. And this brush, I think the only time that I use this is if I want to like really dust a nice little light line underneath my eyebrow. But outside of that, I don't use this brush, simply because it is so thin that if I use it to try to diffuse the color underneath my eyes, it tends to like kind of get into my eye and saw into my eye, and so I don't really use it very often. Okay, and then this is a Real Techniques lip brush, and I have very full lips, and so this is not what I would use for my lips as much as I would use it for a lip liner if I want to just outline my lips in another cream product, like if I have a lipstick that I'm using to outline for an ombre lip, I will use this right here. But outside of that, I use this for my eyes. I will now go to my largest selection of brushes, and that is IT Cosmetics. IT Cosmetic brushes are definitely my preferred brush for my eyes. They are very soft, and they are synthetic brushes. I absolutely love these brushes, and so I'm going to very quickly go through them. I will start off with my travel brushes, and now these travel brushes with the shiny handle, I love these travel brushes because they are the same as their full-size brushes, whereas generally to me, travel brushes tend to be of a different quality than full-size brushes, and so I don't like them. But these brushes right here came in a set. I think there is one more to this set. Maybe it's not here, but there's one more to this set, and I really like these brushes. Even the weight of them is very good. And then I have this, this is another Real Technique brush. That right there goes with the Real Technique. This is an angled brush for doing my brows. And then back to the IT Cosmetic brushes. These are all Real Technique brushes. These are I use this for blending, blender, and then these are blenders. But then you look at this difference in sizes for these, It's an amazing difference. I believe this is even a face brush for detail work and blending on your face, but it's something that I use on my, but I use it for my eyes, and it is so perfect. And then I have this angled brush for my brows or detailed work on my eyes. And let's see, I have my Live Beautifully part of this collection, and this is, I have these two. They are the same brush. I only planned on pulling one from each, but these are the same angled brushes, and they are very good brushes. And then this is another shiny handle brush. I can't remember which collection this came from. This was the airbrush collection, and this is just another blending brush. And then I have, okay, here is the other brush that goes to that small travel collection. And then this is a double-sided Heavenly Luxe brush. This is a beautiful brush. I have the blending brush for concealer, and I absolutely love it. They are both just wonderful brushes. I really love Real Technique. I love Real Technique as well, but the It Cosmetic brushes. And then I have this eyebrow brush, and this has a spoolie on one end and an angled brush on the other. It is a beautiful brush. It is a Heavenly Luxe brush. It is a Build-A-Brow number 12. This is my favorite of all the brow brushes that I have. This is my favorite brush to have because the brush on the end is not so hard that it's like pulling your hairs out. These are my two Morphe brushes. I have 3 of them. I don't know where the other one is. But I just use these today, so I spot clean them, but they're not really clean, so I'm not going to bring them close to the camera. But these are my two Morphe brushes. I really do like them. I use both of these for diffusing my color on my eye. From there, I have, these are Mally brushes, and they came with palettes that I purchased from Mally. And this one right here is a Bare Minerals brush. I don't use this brush very often. I don't necessarily like dual fiber brushes. I prefer just one consistency, but when I use this to blend out color on my eyes, it does do a good job. I just don't, this is just not my preferred style brush. These are all brushes that I love completely. They are Ulta cosmetic brushes. Ulta makes such good brushes. These are all brushes that I use for packing, with the exception of this one. This is an angle brush for my brows, but these brushes are so beautifully made. I've had these for absolute years, and they were very inexpensive. They came in sets with different makeup kits. They are a small eyeshadow brush. This one doesn't have a name on it, and neither does these. Okay, but they are such good brushes. If you ever get a chance to check these out, do not discard them thinking that they're not worth it, because they are definitely good. These are all brushes that I have from my eyeshadow palettes that I've purchased. I pulled them out and I used them all. I love the brushes that come with the eyeshadows. This is from my Electric. This is from my Urban Decay Naked 2. This is from my Ultimate Basics. This is from Naked Cherry. This is from Naked Smoky. The words have just worn off of it. This is from Naked 3. This is a little rock brush palette, and this has a great blender on the end of it. It's so flat. It just really gives you a nice blend right on the outside, not necessarily in here. It makes it a little bit too wide, but over here it just gives a really nice blend. And then this is from an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette that I have, and as well as this one. So these, again, I love these brushes. These are all e.l.f. cosmetic brushes that I purchased so long ago. This, I can't even tell you how long ago I purchased all of these brushes, but they are still very good brushes. This one right here in particular is an e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. They still make this one. I think they still make all of these brushes, but this one in particular is a very popular one because it is such a wonderful brush. I use it to really buff out my crease colors, and it is also great for buffing out anything that you have underneath your eyes. Okay, from there I am going to some chisel brushes. And these are, for the most part, these are all very, very, very old brushes. Look at the barrel on this one. Can you tell I love it? This was the only brush for a very long time. that I used to do my eyebrows because it was just so beautiful and it just gave such a crisp line. In time, it tends to fray, but once you put your product on it, you can definitely get the shape back, but I just found that I got little stray hairs after time. Okay, now these are my Sonia Kashuk brushes. These are all brushes that I use for blending. This is a narrow blender, this is a fluffy blender, this is an angled blender, and then this is a buffing blender. I love Sonia Kashuk blending brushes. They are so good because they are so soft and so fluffy. Last category, and this is my Sedona Lace makeup brush kit. This came with face brushes as well as these eye brushes. And this kit I absolutely love. These brushes are so perfect. They are so soft where they need to be. This is a very, very narrow tipped blending brush that is it just diffuses. If you press on it very lightly, it diffuses ever so gently because the ends of the brush kind of tapers off, but then when you press down a little bit more, you get so much more power from this tool, and I love it. It's almost like you have two blending brushes in one with this. This is one of my favorite blending brushes. And then this is my favorite under eye brush. I love under eye brushes, but this one is my favorite. As you can see, I have definitely put a lot of mileage on that one. And then the rest of the brushes are all good brushes, but these are not my standout brushes. It's definitely these two right here that will be my standout brushes for my Sedona Lace eyeshadow brushes. So that completes my collection of eyeshadow brushes. Thank you so much for coming and joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. I appreciate you stopping by today, and I hope you come back again, and I will talk to you again very soon, guys.